Cyberpunk 2077 has a lot of awesome gear that you might miss out on if you're not keeping your eye out. In this video, we're going to look at 10 missable weapons and items that you'll definitely want to get in your playthrough. There will be some quest spoilers when it's necessary to talk about specific decisions that set up a quest reward, so keep that in mind if this is your first playthrough. But without further ado, let's buckle up, grab some iced coffee, and dive into Night City. Before we fully dive in, I want to mention this good old vendor Harold in Dogtown, who becomes available if you have the Phantom Liberty expansion. If you happen to miss any missable gear in the base game, it will become available for purchase from Harold. However, acquiring these items from the vendor is much more expensive than getting them for free during quests. Also, there are some other items in the Phantom Liberty expansion that won't be available from this guy, so keep that in mind. On top of that, if you don't have the DLC, or you're playing Cyberpunk on old-gen consoles, then you won't have access to this guy. So again, it's better to just get all the items from this video in their respective quests and locations. Now that all the fine print is out of the way, let's talk about number 1, Satori. Saburo Arasaka's unique katana can be found during the heist mission. Whenever the suite gets put on lockdown, be sure to head up to the roof, take out the 2 guards, and loot the katana from the AV. You'll also find a shard that has Saburo's diaries on it if you're interested in the lore dump. This dude really hates Night City. Satori has a unique passive that allows you to perform a quick draw attack, leaping towards your enemies and inflicted guaranteed bleed damage. This effect will not only deal damage over time to your unfortunate victim, it will also regenerate your health at the same time. I wonder if this is an Easter egg hinting at Saburo being an immortal vampire. I knew Gary was right about this guy. Number 2, La Chingona Dorada. Jackie Wells' signature pistol can only be earned if you make a specific decision at the end of the heist. When Delamain asks you where to send Jackie, you must either choose to send him back to his family or leave him in the car, in which case he'll get sent back to his family by default. In this case, you'll get a side quest to attend Jackie's funeral early in Act 2, and you can loot the weapon from the display inside the bar. The passive for this gun buffs your crit damage and burn chance whenever you score successful headshots. You also gain extra ammo when you put bullets into domes. This weapon isn't particularly strong, but it's nice to have a relic from our best bud Jackie while we're on our way to the major leagues. Rest in peace, big guy. If you're a fan of Jackie Wells, also be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming and smash that like button to honor his memory. 1 like equals 1 prayer for Jackie. Number 3, Divided We Stand. This smart assault rifle is a reward for winning the 6th Street Gang shooting competition during the quest Stadium Love. And this competition ain't no cakewalk either. V must take a shot before every round and has to use the provided revolver to shoot at the targets. So I definitely recommend making a save before you start the competition if you really want this gun. You can target up to 5 enemies at a time with the smart targeting, and bullets have a chance to inflict poison and chemical explosions. Definitely an explosive weapon for freedom lovers of the NUSA. Number 4, Sir John Phallustiff. This unique melee weapon can only be acquired if you make a specific set of decisions during the pickup in Act 1. If you side with Meredith during the quest, you'll have the opportunity to have a one-night stand with her at the No-Tell Motel later on. And after the spicy scene plays out, you'll find the melee weapon on the bed. Unsurprisingly, this thing has a 69% chance to crit on headshots. Nice. Heavy attacks also have a 69% chance to stun the enemy, which makes this a really cracked melee weapon, to be honest. Number 5, Stinger. This unique throwing knife is obtained by completing the quest I'll Fly Away, where Mitch asks you to lay Scorpion to rest, and by lay to rest, I mean lighting his car on fire and pushing it off a cliff. Pretty badass quest if you ask me. But unfortunately, this quest is missable if you don't complete it before doing Pan Am's quest Queen of the Highway, where you obtain the Basilisk for the Aldecaldos. The Stinger knife has buffs that increase poison and bleed damage, but more importantly, Mitch also gives you this little action figure, which has sentimental value, you know? Number 6, the Militech Canto, aka the Blackwall Cyberdeck. You can only obtain this Cyberdeck if you side with Reed during the Phantom Liberty DLC during the main quest where you infiltrate Kurt Hansen's stadium. This will kick off a quest called Black Steel in the Hour of Chaos, where V has to pursue Songbird into a defunct Militech facility below Dogtown. During this quest, you'll need to find the blueprints for the Cyberdeck while dodging the killer one-shot robot. Afterwards, you'll get a quest to craft either the Cyberdeck or the Erebus SMG. You can only get one of them in a playthrough, so choose wisely. Personally, I prefer the Cyberdeck since it has a unique quick hack called Blackwall Gateway, which pretty much one-shots a lot of enemies in this game. You also get some unique dialogue since the Blackwall speaks to V through the Cyberdeck on occasion. Number 7. Pride. Rogue's iconic handgun can only be acquired if you allow Johnny to take the wheel during the final mission of the game. In order to get it, you need to pick it up from the entryway after dealing with Atom Smasher. If you continue playing after the ending, you will keep the gun, which has a very bizarre modifier. After defeating an enemy with the Prejudice assault rifle, the Pride handgun will not consume ammo for a short period of time, and the first headshot is a guaranteed critical hit. When you have high HP, headshots will deal increased damage, plus you will have increased headshot damage against elite enemies. The Prejudice assault rifle will be given to you by Rogue at the beginning of the final mission, and this will also remain in your inventory after the end of the game if you continue your save. Number 8. Archer Quartz Bandit. This is a pretty badass car that Rogue will give you if you decide to not help Pan Am kill Nash during Ghost Town. Taking this option actually leads to the best of both worlds, since it will not affect your relationship with Pan Am in the long run. And Nash will actually show up later during the Queen of the Highway quest, so you can still loot his signature Widowmaker rifle at that point, effectively getting both rewards. Number 9. Tinkerbell. This unique cattle prod melee weapon can be found in Anthony Harris's house at Edgewood Farm during River Ward's personal quest line. After completing the quest, you won't be able to gain access to the property again, so be sure to grab it while you're doing the mission. This is a decent weapon for pacifist melee playthroughs. It deals less damage than a standard club, but has a chance to knock out enemies with a heavy attack. Number 10. Jackie's Tuned Arch. This unique upgraded variant of Jackie Wells' beloved bike is only obtainable if you play as a nomad and have 6 points of technical ability. In this case, you'll unlock a unique dialogue option right before the pickup.
That an arch? Damn, what a beaut.
Yeah, got her cheap too. Dorset job dividend.
Don't know how you could scrape together enough for that beast. Even used.
Well, I took out a loan, but muy pequeñito. But I mean, it's totally worth it.
I'd swap out that tailpipe if I were you.
Really? Why? It's got a mean growl that the chicas just love.
What that growl does is tell people a mile out that Jackie's rumbling their way. I'd tinker with the fuel injection too. Upload a new map, and slap on some thermal tape till you cobble together enough eddies to get that exhaust modded.
And after receiving the bike from Jackie's mom in Act 2, you'll notice the bike has 4 tailpipes instead of 2 on the standard version of the motorcycle. It's a pretty small detail that doesn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, but I thought it was pretty cool, so I wanted to include it in the video. So there you have it, 10 missable weapons and items you may have missed in Cyberpunk 2077. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Cyberpunk and RPG videos. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.